I've lived this. I've studied this. Here's the truth. I remember being in a relationship with someone who literally told me to stop waiting on him to make me happy and to go get a hobby or something. I remember being livid when he said this. But looking back now, I realized the sense he was making. I'm sure he didn't realize what he was saying. And I also didn't realize what he was saying now. But in retrospect, it makes sense. Because I really was waiting for something outside of me to give me happiness. And I've noticed the same pattern showing up now in subtle ways, like how sometimes my mood will shift based on likes, reactions, engagement on my posts and things like that. And I have to constantly remind myself that, one, I don't do the things I do for validation, and two, my emotional state cannot be tied to external reactions, especially social media. I'm setting myself up for disappointment. A lot of us get used to getting hits of dopamine and adrenaline from people. The text messages, the reactions, the compliments, the attention, the feedback. Our nervous system gets used to that and it lights up from it. It depends on it. Retraining that is hard. It is uncomfortable. It feels boring at first, flat, and honestly, it kind of sucks because it's like an addiction. Once you stop feeding that pathway, your body craves it. And the more you feed it, the stronger that craving gets. But here's the thing, when you stop feeding those pathways, they weaken. And while you're doing that, you cannot just leave a gap. You have to now also work on learning new adaptive ways to stimulate those pathways, ones that are within your control. During that retraining phase, strong emotions will come up. And they're usually boredom, sadness, anxiety, or restlessness. And our immediate instinct usually is to fix it or run away from it or distract it. But the real work is in learning how to sit in that discomfort, not forever, but just long enough to hear what exactly they're pointing to. Once you can tolerate that discomfort, the next question becomes, how do I suit myself without involving someone else? That's when you start asking deeper questions. Like, what does my soul need? What did my inner child want that she or he didn't get? And how can I provide myself with these things? Because chances are that's what you've spent your whole life chasing and losing your sanity and peace behind. So ask yourself that question and then figure out how you can provide yourself with those things. As a child, I wanted consistency and stability, but I grew up with a dad who made lots of promises. I'm sure his intentions were good, but he made lots of promises that he never kept. And so it would be a thing of being in this state of heightened excitement and looking forward to, and I would wait, and those things never showed up or happened. So as an adult, when someone made promises to me that they didn't keep, I shattered. I become devastated. I am crushed. I hung on every word. And when it fell true, I fell apart like a $2 suitcase. So I grew up by becoming extremely independent. And while that helped in some ways, it prevented me from really naming the wound, that I just suppressed it. And so every so often, it would resurface through the latest disappointment from someone I tried to trust. So I learned how to recalibrate. That meant providing myself with the stability I didn't get as a kid. And I realized what that looked like for me right now as an adult is getting enough rest, moving my body, nutritious meals, meditation, journaling, praying, exercising, making little promises to myself and keeping them. And sometimes it can also involve talking to someone safe and trusted, like a therapist. And after doing all of that, and I still feel uneasy and uncomfortable, I learned to sit with discomfort instead of outsourcing my relief. Because outsourcing your happiness can look like, I'll feel better when they finally do what they said. Expecting one person to make you feel safe and whole, and then when they pull away, your whole world crumbles. Waiting for praise before you believe you did well. Sometimes we outsource our happiness to achievement. I'll feel happy when I get that job, when I get that degree, when I get that body. Sometimes it's distraction, overworking, staying busy, can't sit still, scrolling. Sometimes it's emotional, feeling okay only if everyone else is okay. And sometimes it's hoping someone will choose you so you can finally choose yourself. A lot of these things come from early abandonment and inconsistency. And here's the most important part. Outsourcing your happiness isn't weakness. It's a learned survival strategy. The work now isn't to shame it, but to bring happiness back home. Sit with that.